What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're introducing to the second episode of Remain. This one's titled I'm No Prodigy. Okay, so we're continuing on with a sports anime, which I know is kind of weird for us here on the channel, but honestly, so far it's been a perfectly good start. As with most sports anime, you start off by introducing your characters and kind of building them up, and then you start getting into the sport aspect of it, and it's usually when you get into the sport aspect of it that it kind of mostly breaks down because, well, the studio doesn't have the budget to necessarily show the sport in the best light, especially when it comes to soccer anime. I don't think I've found a soccer anime that I really enjoyed just yet, which is a shame. Or football, as I would call it here. It is a shame, because I would like to find one, because I do have an interest in the sport, and I would like to see it done properly. But unfortunately, it just doesn't seem to want to happen at the moment. So instead, we've got water polo here, a sport I've never really thought of, and I've never seen actually played. I've never seen a match of water polo. I've seen a lot of sports matches, of just all kinds. I've seen American football, I've seen regular football, I've seen cricket in multiple forms, mainly T20 cricket, but I have watched test cricket as well. I've obviously seen snooker, I've seen darts, I've seen, what other sports have we seen? I've seen baseball, I've seen, what other sports have I seen, actually? I've watched regular polo once, just because my family has had some involvement in, the logistics side of polo, so I've seen a match before. Didn't understand what was going on, but I've seen a match. So yeah, adding water polo to that list, I guess. I don't know if it's going to be in any way similar to regular polo or not, but who knows. I'm thinking this episode we might start getting into the actual sport a little more, but at the end of the last episode, we did start with, we ended with our main character getting a kiss on the cheek from a girl, who we do not remember, but it seems to be a fairly big deal in a magazine or something, so potential, star or something. I forget what the actual magazine article said and what we saw of her. Yeah, so there's a potential there that in our 3 years of memory loss, we potentially may have forgotten someone quite important in our lives. And that's going to suck if that actually is the case, and if we were going steady, that would really suck, but honestly, I don't think that's the case, because if she really was that important in our life, I feel like she would have visited us much, much sooner instead of this chance encounter between us. Does that make sense? I feel like if we actually were romantically involved with her, or we were, that, she would have shown more concern and been at our side more often to check up on us, when we were getting out of hospital and rehab and stuff, so part of me thinks it's just a crush type deal, rather than actually, ever having acted on that crush, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? It probably doesn't, but sure, that's where my mind's thinking. She's more of a crush type scenario that never really got acted on, but was kind of prominent in his mind at one point. Probably. I guess we'll see. Anyway, I don't really have much more to say about this show other than, yeah, good character building. Looks pretty good because it's Mappa. Of course it looks good. I know Mappa's been in the news recently because, there's a lot of accusations about, staff being underpaid and stuff. And, if staff were really being treated that horribly, I feel like it would show in the work. It's Mappa have been creating such fantastic shows now for the past couple of years. And their animation quality is, almost second to none at this point. Mappa, KyoAni, A1 Pictures, I'd say they're the biggest three so far. Shaft, I guess, are kind of in there, although Shaft is stylized, not actual raw quality in the same sense. Shaft gets a reputation from something else. Trigger gets a reputation from something else. But, those three, I think, are, the three pinnacle studios of animation at this point. There's probably one I'm forgetting as well, because I don't remember every single studio name. But those are the big three that I think of when I think of, oh, you want, if I was to ever get an anime made, if I was ever in that position, I'd be trying to get one of these three studios involved: KyoAni, Mappa, or A1 Pictures. That's just who I'd go for, but yeah, anyway. Yeah, we don't need to talk about it. It looks good, as expected. Mappa, I don't think the rumors are true, necessarily. I think, to an extent, every animator probably feels overworked, just because that is the culture of the industry. But I feel like you need to you can't just pin that down to one studio. You'd have to say, okay, the anime industry as a whole needs certain things looking at. And I think part of that does come from the rushed nature in which anime needs to come out, and therefore the production needed for it, and everything that goes into it, because, like, it is an intense production, and there are significant deadlines, as with most productions, that ultimately end up fostering those types of environments that they get themselves into in the first place, if that makes sense. Anyway, I think I've talked enough about that. So as per usual, these are timeless former access here on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture in picture, you can go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gives you access to all Patreon and picture extras that I can do on the channel, which is everything from the current seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon quest shows such as World Trigger, Sympho Gear, and Log Horizon. But here on YouTube we do time-based, so bottom left of the screen you'll see a time for the episode. I'll count you down 3, 2, 1, play. Then play say episode, I say episode, and we should be in sync. We're going to watch this one on Funimation, since they're the ones who licensed this series. We have the Bandai Visual logo to start with, and then the Funimation logo, so it's about 11 seconds logos, give or take. I'll call them out as I go past, but you can also use screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell when the scenes are transitioning. So, with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Bandai Visual. Funimation. Cheers. Here we go. There's the kiss. Hmm. Mm-hmm. No, of course, his mind immediately went there. He's off his own world right now. Yeah. Oh, wow. So why the kiss on the cheek? Okay. That was the entire interaction, okay. Oh. Interesting. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, wow. 110,000 yen. Yeah. Uh. Mm-hmm. 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 No knowledge of the rules. It's been out for 200 days. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I gotta love a good oh my god in anime. He doesn't want to 110,000 yen, so he's. Yep. Don't want to be in debt 110k. That water shot is actually really cool. I wonder how good the water animation is going to be in this, because I don't know if even Mappa has, especially for a show like this, where they have the budget and time to really go in depth with the water animation. If they do, holy cow, that's just a massive flex, but I don't think they will. I get the feeling it's going to be a lot of zoomed in, like profile shots and stuff on the face, less focus on the water, more the ball in the air shots than anything. Or still frames of like reaching in the water. That's what I expect. Probably CG water as well, based on this part. I wouldn't even complain if it was CG water, that'd be perfectly fine. That shot gives me hope, though. I'm guessing the red cap signifies. Do you have a goalkeeper? I don't even know how. I don't know how this ball works. Wait, do you have keepers? Or is everyone just playing? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So you'd be down 220,000 yen. Oof. I mean, he was in an accident that knocked him out for 200 days. Of course he's going to be a little. Jesus. It's a bit harsh. Wow. I think they're happy to see. Mm-hmm. He's not. Yes, to save yourself from 220,000 yen of debt. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's that return to normal that's probably doing it for the family. Well, you gotta learn the rules, you gotta get back into training, because. Hmm. Hmm. Wait, what? Wow, okay. They're really bigging him up, aren't they? Uh... In theory. Oh, wow, how many people have come along? Like, Jesus Christ. They're bigging him up so much, yeah. Hmm. Muscle atrophy, yeah. Yeah, like he's just trying to get back in. Ugh. Yeah, they were just there because they thought it'd be an easy. Yeah. Honestly, that's for the best. You don't want people like that on your team or helping out. Hmm. Hmm. Oh shit. Okay. Still got two. Class one. Okay. Okay. Hmm. 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 Okay. No, I get it though. I get what he's trying to say. I think. A very quiet character. Okay. I like him. Hmm. Getting quite the cast here though. Yes. Let's see the pool. Is the pool even full? It's gonna look like shit. Please just look like shit. Yep. Uh, okay. Okay. Makes sense. That makes a good degree of sense, actually. Mm-hmm. Oh wow. So very neglected. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. But he kept up with it. That's dedication. Fair play. You still don't have the full number. Mm-hmm. But it's a start. Uh. Oh. Hmm. Okay. Just need one more then. Mm-hmm. Okay, he wants to be keeper. Okay. Yeah, potentially. Okay. Yeah, how would he know? Yeah? Talent at what? Is he transferring from another sport? Mm-hmm. Let's have a contest, yeah. Is he transferring from like soccer or something where he was like a soccer keeper? Really? Yeah, someone so inexperienced. He does need to get into the water. That's a good. That's what I was saying about muscle memory. How much of that would be affected by amnesia? How naturally would it just come back to him to be in the motions again? Because I know very little about amnesia as a medical condition. I'm actually very curious. Yep. Baseball, okay. Definitely not ripped. I mean, 200 days in a coma will do that to you. Like, yeah. I don't think you should hope. He didn't stretch, did he? Or, like, do any warm up. I feel like that was a mistake, but whatever. Just eager to get back into the water, I guess. I'm drowning. Yes. I like how they're actually moving beneath the water. It wasn't just still and it's like opaque water. I like that you still saw them like keeping afloat. Yeah? This is going wide. It didn't even reach, okay. No. Egg beater. I mean, yeah, he's been in a coma. Okay, two-handed throws are against the rules. Good to know. So, like a soccer throw, maybe? Or that. It's a lob. Oh, wow. Good jump. Mm hmm. Yep. The instinct kicked in there. If he's going to move back to defend against a lob, go somewhere where he can't reach. Because if you're basically happens in soccer, football as well. Because if you're on the goal line, it's much harder to get to like the corners than if you're a few feet in front. Just because like angles and shit. And it's also freezing, yeah. Cramp? Moves in water really well. Looks like leg cramp. Looks like he was holding his leg underwater. Again, I can't understate how nice it is to see them actually trying to stay afloat like that. Leg cramp, yeah. Yep. Gotta get some training in. Conceded. In that one position, and you can improve for the other positions. Can't just join a minor sport and suddenly be good. Oof. We'll try and keep him, though, I'm sure. Their own experiences. Seeing glimpses here and there. Yeah. He really wants to play. It is your first time. Well, that it hooked him. All right, come on, enough with the water puns. Still a person short, but oh yeah. Interesting. That makes sense, yes. Will he have any motivation to join us, though? Right. Good episode. Got a first taste of the water polo as well. It was just PKs, but still. I'm impressed so far. Alright, that was a good episode. I have hope. I really have hope for this series now. Seeing the actual start of our water polo being played there, I have high hopes. Like, I really, really, really do have high hopes because just a simple detail, like, they could have been very cheap and just, like, had them be static floating in the water, just floating there. But no, they're moving their legs, they're moving their arms just to keep afloat and to maintain position. And overall, the water effects were decent. I don't know how it's going to be in like an actual match and the tempo of the match, but so far I'm overall impressed by how it looked. Like, is this Mappa's like peak performance? No, it probably isn't. It probably isn't their main focus right now. Let's be real, because they've still got Jujutsu Kaisen the movie to finish, which is coming out in. When does that release? That releases Christmas Eve. So they've got a lot of work going into that right now, probably. They're probably working on... Well, they've got a bunch of projects to work on, realistically. I mean, they've still got Attack on Titan to work on. They've got Chainsaw Man to work on. Yuri on Ice movie to work on. So they've got plenty of projects still taking up their time. This might not be their main one. They've also got the Eda 10 Deities that is airing in a week or so. That they might be focusing attention on. I don't know about that one though, but yeah, all things told, this has already hit a level on sports anime that I didn't actually expect them to do, and so far it's proving my point. If you get a good enough studio to adapt, well, this isn't even an adaptation, this is a completely original work, but if you get a good enough studio to care about your sports-based anime, it'll work out, because the sport feels correct. Now, I'm hoping someone on this channel actually has either played water polo or has watched water polo and knows of the sports, like, properly. If I can find at least just one person like that, please, I would love to have your input every week to know what's going on. Like, are they being accurate with things? Like, is it a fair representation? Are they getting, like, especially when you get to matches, are they getting the tempo of the matches right? Are they getting techniques right? Formations? I don't know if there are formations in this. I don't know what the general style of play is. Like, I'm not that well versed in the sport. I can see some analogies to other sports that I've played and have watched, but ultimately I'll need to know things like two-handed throws are apparently illegal. I don't know if that's just for PKs or if that's just for all throws in general. Like, is it only one-arm throw? I guess that makes sense, since you need one arm for moving and stabilizing whilst one hand holds the ball. I'm assuming the ball probably has to stay above water at all times? Maybe that's a rule? I don't know. Is the ball allowed to go underneath the water? I feel like no, because then you could just take the ball underwater, swim, get right up to the goal, and then just throw it in. So that probably is a rule of the ball having to stay above water at all times. Things like that is like, I want to learn, and I want to see if the show is being accurate too, because I'm going to assume it is. The original creator of this, what have they done before? They did Tiger and Bunny, okay. I am not aware of what Tiger and Bunny is. I've never heard of it. It seems decently rated though for what it is. Super power-based show, but I don't know if this creator is necessarily familiar with water polo as a sport or anything. Like, I'm assuming someone familiar with the sport must be on staff, either as a consultant or as, like, someone high up in the chain, but still. If anyone does know water polo, please leave a comment below on how you feel it's being represented in this show, because I really would appreciate that. I think any sports anime going forward, I would love to have that, and I hope someone like that exists. But I guess water polo is a niche type of sport, so chance of that relatively low, but be interesting it nonetheless. Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the summer 2021 lineup you can find here on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.